Okay. All right. All right. Welcome back. M&A&D&D episode
75.
75. 75. In front of the council. Last time we checked in with M&A some 3 weeks ago, they had taken to task for the council the I guess the acquiring of the whereabouts of one of the Dragon Cultist high-ranking members. This is Worm Speaker Verum. Um, some espionage had taken place in which they knew that he had fled or he had gone into the Serpent Hills, looking for a temple. Once you guys started your path to finding him, you realize he had gone through this town that you landed at, just miles away from an ancient temple built into a cliff face. As you guys tracked them through the mountains, you made it into the temple where you found it very well guarded with traps and beasts that you've never come across before, and had to make a tough decision to, I guess, fight or flight. Whereas fight, I think you guys chose a little bit of both. Um, your bard nearly coming very close to dying completely. And you guys healed up and went back in and managed, I think, maybe a little bit easier time going through the second half of the temple, but found that it had been infested by snake creatures. Some Yanti and their brood had found the depths below and had taken it over quite completely. You all managed to actually keep a fight from happening, in which you took your prize and a nuisance to them, Verum, captured them, loaded them up on your ship, and are now heading back to Waters Deep with a very, very important person in tow, Verum, one of the high-ranking members of the cultists. You've taken it upon yourselves to keep him very, very bound and locked up, and I think a good manner of respect that he is deadly and you don't need to take any chances with him. You've kept him bound and gagged with little to no contact with him. It's been about 8 days travel with him in your custody, and you guys are beginning to you guys are your descent onto Waters Deep. And that's where we're going to pick up once I find that map. Well, okay. So here you guys are again, headed to the very familiar city on the coast, Waters Deep. It is always been bustling. As you guys begin your descent towards the northwestern cliff face, where the other airships are docked, you guys begin to see that there's a large procession waiting for you. The closer you get, the more the more focus you see that this procession of people are guards for the council. Of course, they would have seen you coming. You're highly recognizable in your airship, and you guys are now beginning to have like this kind of fame and honor around you. So as you guys begin to dock, um, Waters Deep guards kind of surround the dock, clearing out um any kind of just random people that would walk by. You see them kind of start to barricade paths so that people can't get around in order to give you guys a wide breath for whatever it is that you may. As you begin to dock, Tom Petty, your airship, lowers down. Van, um, your newest crewmate, Vantage, right?
Yes.
Throws one of the ropes to one of the dock workers down, and they are able to tie it around a large post and pull the ship in a little bit so you guys are closer, and immediately your docking plank lowers into the ground or into this cliff face wall, giving you guys the ability to dismount.
Really quick, I'll walk over to Vantage and I'll kneel down. Is she in her goblin form or is she in her disguised form?
She's in her disguised form.
Okay. I'll kneel down and speak to her and say, be sure to mind the ship and the captain's orders while we are away. I am uncertain as to how many of the townsfolk here will take to your true nature, but know that while you are part of our crew, you are under our protection. And if there is anything that you need or would like to see in the town, let us know. And we'll do what we can to help or to take you where you need to go. But I will ask one quick favor from you while we are on this ship before we depart. Can you grab me one of the burlap sacks that we keep some of our produce in? I wish to keep our prisoner blindfolded while we transport him to the castle.
Right away. And although I don't want to go into town at all with these, it's too big for me. If I were to give you something, would you hold on to it for me and maybe ask around if anybody recognizes it?
I believe that is something that we can do.
And she hands you a little medallion. And when you turn it over, it has like a seal, a coat of arms on it. It's like two hands, two gauntlets, each holding swords. I found this
It's not the
in a
gauntlet.
cave.
Sorry.
I found this in a
There's
cave
all one.
next to my father. And I want to know where it came from. I'll be back. And then she scurries off to get your burlap sack within minutes. Not she's back up with a burlap sack. Here you go.
This is perfect, thank you. And I'll pocket the medallion for now and say we have access to quite a few information networks, and I'll see what we can do.
Thank you. Also, I've been working on some of those tips you gave me. And then she pulls out her dagger and kind of flips it around on her fingers, and then clumsily it falls to the ground. No, I'm still working on it. I'll get it.
I'll look forward to seeing your progress. And I'll rejoin the rest of the group with the burlap sack in hand and say, since we are taking precautions, I believe making sure he does not know or cannot see, or make sure that no other prying eyes can identify him as we walk through, might be advantageous for us. So I'll just put the sack over his head. He's still gagged. I'm not like so he'll be relatively blindly led through the city.
Can you give me a description of the medallion again, real quick?
It will be all silver, and the coat of arms on the front. There's two metal gauntlets holding swords that go like kind of straight up.
But different than the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yes.
Oscar arms. Thank you.
Okay. What else we doing?
I guess we need to go meet whoever's leading the
guard.
the guard procession. I'm assuming they'll either come up onto the ship or we'll meet them on the dock.
You look out and they haven't stepped any closer to the ship. But they stand at attention just just lining the dock. At the end of the row, you see one guard with like a feather in his cap. You could tell by some of his armor that it has color and regalia. That he must be in charge.
Yes, well, I mean, head that way. Or at least Astrid will. I mean, he's ready to like not be in charge of Arab anymore.
If everybody else is ready and the prisoner is ready for transport, I'll follow Astrid and let her lead this.
I think it's a better idea for us just like quickly meeting with the council, because there's a lot of information this guy has to say about what's going on with the cult.
Yeah.
As you guys disembark the ship, you come out. This commander of this legion walks up to you. Murders and acquisition. It's good to see that you've all come back alive. Correct to assume you've all come back alive, right?
Yes, less murder,
Yes.
more acquisition this time.
Nice. I see. Well, I know better than to ask who's under that sack. My guards will escort him. If you come with me. And he turns like one of those about faces, snaps his heels.
One of us should just for sake of following this through. One of us should go with him the whole way, and then.
Okay, so your marching order would be the commander in front with.
We're all following.
Are we
We're all
inside
going this
Waterdeep
way.
Castle, or are we just?
No,
we're at the docks.
You're at the docks.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if you jumped ahead because you're saying like we'll take him from here, and then we're gonna walk away. Like we're walking with him, right?
I think you guys are all walking, so I'm just gonna get the marching orders. In
Okay.
So
I thought you were saying like we're gonna take him here and we're gonna split from here. And I was like, well, we don't want to do that. I thought we were all gonna walk together until he's delivered. Is that
okay?
clear?
How do you want to walk with them?
I mean, I want to make sure that. I was thinking I would tail behind and watch the group from like a few paces back, and then if the guards want to, secure the area around us so we have like a clear path forward, and then commander, and then us, so Val, Valen, and Astrid, and then I'll just kind of be trailing a little bit just so I have more of a view on the crowd in respect to, and like maybe like the eye line on the buildings around. I'm gonna kind of keep a eye out for trouble. Being the
Okay.
overprotective one that I am.
I'll stick close to Verum. I'll be keeping an eye out, but I'll stick close to Verum so that in case something happens, I'm able to cast silence in him.
Yep.
I'll go up front.
But like, I'm not trying to rough him up or anything like that, or make a anything like that.
Yeah, we're just escorting
Mhm.
a prisoner, but I'm just trying to keep it like efficient as possible.
You guys wind in a familiar path. You wind through Water's Deep. The guards flanking you guys free up the large like street paths as you guys march through. As you guys march through, the civilians kind of start to part ways. They see this battalion of guards with you all, flanking you. At one point, you start to hear a commotion. People start booing and hissing at your captive, and that's when you see like the object in the air come hurtling in.
Do we have?
Do I have a
reaction?
time to react? Yeah.
Go for
You
it.
would probably be way too far back to do anything.
It depends on what it is. If I can see what it is, I have an idea.
I don't think you have time to identify what it is, but you have time to react.
If it's something I can see flying in the air that looks like it could do something, I'll cast. The idea that I had that would be to protect him from a flying object would be to cast Magic Missile, and it automatically hits whatever I want, and I would shoot it out of the air.
Okay. As this object goes flying in,
There's 3 shots, just like if I knew where it was coming from, I would, if I knew it was an enemy or something, I would shoot that.
I mean, you saw it kind of lob it. You kind of seen it lobbing in, so you're quick to just turn. You launch these things in the air, and this explosion as this thing hits, and just it evaporates, like it just becomes like this mist in the air, and it all just comes sprinkling down, pouring down on you guys, as you start to see like this red liquid all like over the guards, over your captive, and then another one comes flying in,
Oh, is it tomatoes?
and another one comes flying in,
These
and
are
another.
two very different things.
and another.
Well, since there are multiple flying through the air, can I like perceive what they are? Are we getting slapped?
It's going to be more difficult to perceive what they are than to attack them.
Know what it is.
I don't have a shield. That was pretty much my I would say my reaction, whatever. So I'm out, guys.
I mean, I can do like.
I
a
had that one
cantrip at
planned.
them.
That was
I
my
mean, I
cool
can-
thing I had planned.
I can firebolt like them out of the sky.
Someone wants some
Like,
roasted
is it
tomatoes.
hurting us?
Some fire roasted tomatoes.
Is it hurting us?
Hold up. I think I have a. Oh no, but we're moving, so that won't work.
Yeah.
That won't
So
work.
okay, so it's already taken too long. So at this point,
That's
you guys are
Yeah, I
covered,
don't understand
and
what's
it's
happening.
at that point that they start pelting and then exploding on top of like the armor of the guards as they jump on top of your captive.
Jiminy, like the people.
The guards are covering the captive
Oh, okay.
in order to protect him from it, and that's when you
Okay.
start to see like the liquid dripping down their armor, seeds and all.
Oh, seeds.
as the tomatoes start to like drip down their silver armor onto the ground, and the crowd starts to cheer as they continue to try and pelt who they assume is a dragon cultist, creating all this havoc
Oh.
in the world as they boo him.
As Val realizes what it is, he's going to allow it to happen, but continue to keep an eye out on the items that are thrown to make sure nothing actively dangerous is coming through the air. And if he does perceive something that he considers dangerous or that might cause harm, he's going to summon his echo in between as a barrier and let the echo take the hit. But he's not going to do that unless he perceives something, because his idea is he understands like the people here are going through a lot, and they're looking for something to take their frustrations and anger out on, and Val, with enough of his like, the way I'm playing it is like my character's not lawful good, so like he's not going to try and protect
You don't give a
this
shit
guy
if you're getting
he
pelted by
doesn't give a
tomatoes.
shit. Like unless this thing is going to actively like cause an issue for Val, and like, you know, something like throws a dagger at the guy and kills him, like that would be bad for Val. He's gonna try and stop that. People throwing tomatoes at the guy, he's like, fuck it, whatever. That's currently his mindset for this.
The guards start to like push into the crowd, yelling at him to stop this as they don't like getting pelted with tomatoes. And the huddle that was on top of Verum climbs off, and you guys start to continue down your path.
Is this,
And that's when you realize that some of the guards are staying behind, kind of awestruck and confused. You guys look. Verum
shit, fuck, shit,
still
shit, fuck.
still on the ground, rolls over, holding his chest, holding his stomach, and you just see pool of red,
Oh, what?
It
darker
ruins him.
Oh shit.
darker
fuck. Okay.
than the
Hold up.
tomatoes that were
Can,
being
Alright.
thrown.
Astrid's gonna jump on Skull and get over there as quickly as possible.
All right, then Valen's gonna cast a healing wound, cure wounds on
He's gonna be
the.
touching him. That's why I'm going
Yeah.
back.
I'm gonna
Well, it
rush
just
to
depends on how far away he was.
Verm and then cast the cure
Um,
wounds.
Initially, as you try to move, rush forward, the guards block you, like kind of pick you, like wall you off from Verum.
Oh.
They are trying to pick up. Oh, so they're trying to assassinate a prisoner. Okay.
You don't have to
Then
I
cast
would-
fifth level, Terry.
Sorry, go ahead, Terry.
then I will use. God, but they're supposed to be the soldiers of the. Okay, then I will create minor illusion. Basically, create a copy of myself as an illusion, and so that the guards will see multiple of me, and then I will try to attempt to grab the prisoner.
As these illusions cast around, come into focus to the guards that are walling you off, they realize and they recognize, because right now it's chaos. There's people booing. There's things being pelted.
Mm.
They realize who you are, and most of these guards kind of pull away to let you or your illusions in.
Okay.
There's only
As
one or two guards that still in the mix of this chaos try to keep you at bay.
as this is going on, and we recognize, because Val was staying close to Verum throughout the walk. Would I be able to make a check to see if I could see who, like which of the guards or how that got there, the wound or the knife or whatever is currently in.
How close are you?
Verum? I was within 20 feet.
I think you're gonna roll at disadvantage.
Sure, there's chaos going on.
Yeah,
How,
I'm
how
cool.
and your fault.
How far away are we from the castle?
Oh, you're still like, I don't know, like almost a mile.
Almost a mile.
20 minutes.
All right, so do you want a perception check or an investigation check for this?
Investigation.
Okay. I'm decent at both, but I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Damn.
David's back.
It's a bloody mess, and what you can surmise is that because he's holding the tender part of his gut, that this likely wasn't thrown.
Yeah,
at
my
him.
assumption it was one of the guards,
Yeah.
All right.
but I made my check so that I could see if I could find out, and that's where I've got. What's up?
Do you have your mask on?
No. Wait, what mask? The black dragon mask? No.
Okay.
No, I have my cloth mask on. I do not have the black dragon mask on. I keep that on me, but I do not wear it on my
Okay.
face. I'm attuned to it.
All right. So, do I just cast darkness and figure out what the fuck's going on with everybody being in darkness? That way they can.
That is your choice as your character because you're making that decision in a split second.
All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast darkness. With the center point being on where it is. And I'm gonna cast it with my sorcery points so I can use Eyes of the Dark for whatever it's.
Okay, so you cast in the center, which would essentially be Verum,
Yes.
Yeah.
still with this burlap sack over his head, holding his stomach on his back.
Yes.
You cast this darkness, and it starts to grow. And then for everybody else, it's as if they've gone blind. That there is
Correct.
absolutely no sense of light. You hear as it engulfs parts of the crowd, parts of the guard. Everybody but your companions seem surprised and horrified and shocked by this.
Yeah. That's probably. They probably think it's
I will.
fine.
I will say though, once I see this happen, I will bring out the mask because I understand what is going on. I will bring out the mask and invoke it so that I can also see in darkness.
So I'm using darkness as a cover to get
Can you
to
see a magical
Verum.
darkness?
Yeah.
It's magical. I can see a magical
But
darkness.
can he see magical
Dragon
darkness?
sight. I gain dark vision, and for once per day, I can get blind sight for 30 feet for 5 minutes.
So
Haven't actually told David this technique yet, but I want to do the clown car technique.
I mean, at this point though, Astrid's kind of rushing in, right?
yeah, I'm going in and I'm getting to Verum.
So as you approach
I'm going to keep
Verum,
an eye.
and in all the chaos and all the screaming and everything, and this like shrieking of Verum as he's bleeding out, you hear a voice close by. Although you don't see it, you hear it.
Wait,
and
I
it's
don't see it,
it's
even
a-
though.
Language you don't. Well, I mean, so your focus, you're going for Verum. You just hear.
Was I close enough to hear whatever that was?
Well, you have.
Does
blind sight,
anybody
so you might be
speak-
able to
Draw. You do?
Draconic? Yeah.
Okay.
when you have blind sight, so if he's invisible, you
Yeah.
won't be able to see him.
What you do is you see and hear one of the guards speak in Draconic as he says, "All hail Tiamat," and then he just kind of like puts his arms around his chest, and then
Can I
he bites down and collapses
Oh,
to the ground.
son of a nugget. Okay.
Wait, Viren bite down
No,
is
one of the
One of the
town's
guards.
guards. One of the
Got
town's
it.
guards was a mole.
We just need to
Is
heal
there-
the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use like a cure wounds.
Not if he is technically dead.
He's not dead. Can I do a medicine check to make sure he's not?
Who are you talking to? Verum?
Verum is not
Verum
dead.
or
Is
Yeah,
bleeding out.
Is bleeding.
Verum's bleeding out. You can heal
You
him
can
all you
heal
want.
him. You cannot.
Yes.
I'm assuming based on how this is being played
I'm
out.
talking
is
about Verum.
as a cyanide pill.
Yeah, I
he
think
is
everybody
dead.
was-
You can't.
I think
heal
everybody
him.
was talking about healing Verum.
Okay.
I would like.
Well, didn't Valen already
He
do
said
that?
he got blocked. He said he didn't get to him.
I got blocked. So I was able to get rid of some of the guards, but then
Yeah.
my healing didn't work because I was away. I was not directly in contact with the Viren.
So Astrid rushes to the side of Verum, lays hands on him, and begins to heal him.
As she works on that, I'm gonna go over to the guard that I saw and heard.
You need to check to me.
Yeah, can I do like an insight check on the group of guards that are standing around? Because they're all in darkness and they can't see me, but I can see all of them.
Uh-huh.
Can I do like an insight check to see if any of them look like they're in cahoots as well, or if it was this guy acting alone?
You can do an insight check. It's yeah, as you look around, you could see that they are completely dumbfounded as to what's happening now that they're in complete darkness. That they're kind of just like with their hands out, like trying not to bump into things, and they're maneuvering, completely juxtaposed to the person who had just like under all of his willpower, signed this assassination off with his calling card, and then committed somehow committed suicide.
All right.
I'm gonna go over to that body, give it a very quick pat down, see if anything because I spent time in the order. I'm going to see if there are any calling cards like that, or if this was directly a dragon cultist thing. I'm doing this very quickly, and if I find nothing, I'm throwing his body in a fireman's carry over my shoulder, and I'm taking him with us.
You approach the body lying there, kind of at rest with his arms crossed as he prepped for the fall. Your pat down is interrupted by you observing that even amongst this darkness, because you can see that his mouth is like foaming, and there's just like this trail of foam leading out of his mouth.
Okay.
DW.
All right, so I see that Asher cast darkness. I was outside the darkness zone. I see my brother run into the darkness with the mask on. I kind of saw what happened. I assume it wasn't a tomato, but I already overreacted with the tomato. But I feel like the way we're just doing the parade down the street is not the best way to do this right now. So I think we're just going to try to do it with the quick, direct route. I want to... so this is going to... I need a combo move. Like, I need to work with my brother to pull this off. But what I would want to do is call out to my brother to come find me so that he can take me to the body. He's a dwarf, and then I want to clown car him out of here. And I'll explain what the clown car is on, I guess, my next rotation of my turn.
Unless Valen, unless there's something that you urgently need to do, you're also blinded and can't see.
Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, actually, but even if I turn into it, because we need to find a quick way to haul Viren into
I have
a
that
facility. Okay, good. Then in my case, well, you know what? I'm gonna rest on the curb, on the side of the curb, and then basically wait for my sight to return.
All right. So Valen kind of like wanders out of the darkness.
Yeah, he
As
would
it
understand that he can walk outside of the darkness
Yeah.
bubble, and you would
Yes,
still be able to
yeah.
see.
It's a dome.
It's not like he is casted with blindness.
I know.
So
He walks out and he realizes like this chaos isn't going to end until this thing dissipates. And he's not much help. So, I think
I mean,
more likely.
I could turn into a giant T-Rex and scare all the people away.
No.
But that's
Please
I'm
don't.
afraid
We're
it's
gonna
gonna
we're gonna
cause
minimize
more
all
chaos.
this.
I know.
We're gonna minimize
I know,
all this.
I know.
I yelled out,
Just a thought. Just a thought.
Val, we're
You don't
getting
have
him out of
I like
here.
it.
We're gonna-
yes, I am an old elf. I'm going to.
Oh,
jump
I
out of
called it
this-
something. I called it something else when I texted you about this.
No, I'm gonna
We
jump
called
out
it the
of this
gesture.
window.
We're implementing the gesture carriage right now.
Okay.
The fuck?
All right.
The what?
It's a gesture carriage. You'll see. All right. So if Val will help me, we're gonna take the body. We're gonna grab Verum, and he's a dwarf, so this actually kind of works. He's smaller. We can put him in the bag of holding.
What?
Put Verum inside the bag of holding.
Aren't you not supposed to put people inside bags?
You
of
No,
can.
you can
They
put
have
people in. There's
They have
there's
10
there's a
minutes of air.
certain amount. Yeah, they have 10 minutes air. The only
It's a-
yeah.
He has 10 minutes
Okay.
air, and then I'm going to grab Val, who has the bag of holding, and I'm going to dimension door us 500 feet up and like a street over. And then Val can messenger baggy the person on the broom to where we need to go, or where he needs to go. I'll cast invisibility on him too. It's 2 turns, but
We're not really even doing turns.
I know. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like if we're doing
so-
it by actions,
Gold
we-
draw
we-
more
we
attention
stuff a
than
person-
just poofing out of here.
Yeah, just poof. I can deal with the. We can deal with the aftermath.
she drops when she drops in darkness. 3 people will be gone. It'll be a dead body on the ground. That's one of the guards. But the person will be gone. Me and
I'll take
David,
care of
me
the
and
guard.
me and Val will be gone.
yeah,
Oh,
this
the
is
guard's currently on my shoulder, so I'll just.
Just drop him.
Well, we had to drop him for you to come grab me and walk me through the darkness. But we put Verum in the bag of holding. Then you got 10 minutes to get as far as you can on the broom invisibly, flying through waters deep, and then we'll catch up with you when we get to the castle.
So yeah, within split second,
I
You
won't-
two-
I'm
you
not gonna
three
drop darkness
it's
until you guys are like gone.
It's
you-
only 2 of us. He's in the
right,
in the
right,
bag.
right. The 3 of you
Until-
Yeah, I
are a
until
couple blocks
whoever's
away.
disappearing has disappeared.
Right.
Right. So I'm just saying. So instantly, psh, you're a couple blocks away.
It's a D&D clown car. That's what I'm
You-
calling
you-
it.
DW is cast invisibility as you hop onto your broom with pouch over your with the sack over your shoulder, and you take off. So you just see a broom flying with nobody on it, darting through.
The broom is a part of my held equipment. It's also invisible.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
like the
works.
other.
I like the other
I'm
part.
not trying to completely ruin it, but like it would be considered.
This will,
invisible
but we
for
need to
this.
make this canon because at
Okay,
some point you guys are gonna do
It
this
did
again.
come up before,
and it-
but we were moving it back and forth, so it was
Yeah.
fine before that it wasn't. But now, because I'm casting it while he's holding it, it would make everything on his person invisible.
You're
including
taking
the
off
broom.
as fast as you can, but the 10 minutes is gonna be up before you make it to the castle.
That's fine.
It's up to you where you stop and what you do next. So right now we're gonna follow
As
you.
okay.
Well,
I pretty much just give you the biggest head start that I could, and
Yeah.
just
I mean,
let
why-
you go.
you needed to get him out. You had to put him in the bag of holding to get him out using Dimension Door. So why not take him out once you have?
Because he's not going to be invisible with him, so might as well move him on,
Oh.
and he gets full distance on the broom with him in the bag of holding. So just get him out before the 10 minutes, while he can be moving at full speed.
That's fine.
Right.
So-
Essentially, he moves as fast as he can and as far as he can in 10 minutes, and then he has to stop at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to stop, pull Verum out.
Are you stopping?
Oh,
Where are you
the bag.
stopping, by the way?
Okay, so 10 minutes. I am not within I'm not within like range.
Well,
of
he
the
said
castle
he
currently.
was. If we're a mile out,
Let's
And
say
you
let's say
move-
you're like right here somewhere. Okay, because you guys originally like the dock was
Yeah.
here.
the docks are
Put me
south.
dock
wherever
was-
you want me to be. That's fine.
All right.
Docks are
I'm not
south.
gonna
The docks
argue
towards
that.
down here.
No, that's the ship dock
That's-
where you
That's
guys
the ship dock.
with the airships
cliff
on the
dock for the
cliffside up
airships.
here.
Okay.
So that's fine, and I'm trying to make it into the castle ward. Am
In a
I
straight line, he could almost make it. Is what I'm thinking. Because he doesn't have. Because he's on a broom. He's flying, and he moves 50 feet around.
well
50 feet a minute,
if,
right?
if
No,
no
that'd be really slow.
50 feet per 6 seconds of a
For
of a
6 seconds,
round.
that's what it is. Okay, so you can
But
make it
if
just
we are-
outside of the.
If we are playing this within like cannon movement style, I would have my dash action each turn, so it'd be 100. It'd be 106 seconds because I would be able to use my dash action. However, I don't really care, and you can put me wherever you want to on this map, and I'll figure it out.
I just need you to tell me where you're landing before this thing.
Okay.
You didn't make it there.
I'm
But you're
not
close.
there quite yet. I'm not. Am I near the part of the city where Zaragos's place is?
No, that's further.
No, Zodogos
okay.
is
That's
the
cool.
trades ward.
Yeah. That's,
So- you're
do I
closest-
recognize anything up here of like places that I would consider like safe or places that I would consider I know well?
I
enough
think
to
Terry's
hide?
breakdown towers over there, but like I don't think you know about it.
The well, so it's a myriad of different kind of buildings. Most of them square with flat top roofs. You see that the streets are continuously always packed with people.
Mhm.
Uh,
Does anybody have a garden roof?
there's from there that you see plenty of open roofs.
I'm gonna go to one of the roofs that has a little bit of cover on it. Like if somebody had like some gardening up there, I'm gonna use that as like
Okay, so
Cover and
yeah,
just-
quickly you find one.
Tomatoes.
It has like one of those pagodas, like the wood tresses, and then
So
you're
with
able
about-
to.
So I would do this as with about a minute left in my head of before I need to pull him out. I would get to where I can see that, scope the place out real quick to make sure like there's not like just a person sunbathing or doing gardening up on the roof or doing the laundry up on the roof when I just pop into existence. And I'll set down and pull Verum out of the bag, and give him a like. Theoretically, what I'm trying to look for is like to do like a medicine check to see like is he still actively dying or is he relatively stabilized after
10 hit
being given,
points.
after being given some HP from Astrid.
He's healed. He's conscious. He's not in great spirits after being
That's-
Well,
after
he got
being
stabbed
gutted. Yeah,
And then stuffed into a bag
Not-
of holding.
yeah, not just stabbed, but literally he was holding his innards in as he was on the ground.
haven't been there. All right.
Oof. Sorry.
He's so dramatic. You were on an operating table.
He was holding. The doctor said,
I
"Hold
had to
this."
hold that shit together, man. Holy. Anyways,
Did you really? Oh, anyways, holy shit.
No.
No, he was
Okay.
trying to shit the whole time was the problem, and he couldn't. So like,
oh no,
Well,
I was
you
trying to make sure
guys
those staples
are-
didn't come out.
While you guys are in the operation room, basically I slowly got my way back to the castle.
Terry takes his joke.
I don't-
literally.
Yeah, I don't think you could beat them to the castle because you still because you're on the ground. You still have to one, be escorted by the guards, and two, you have to take the winding paths full of people, so it's going to slow you down considerably.
I would have made it
The
back
broom
to
is going to be
group. I was
going to
make-
be way ahead of you because it's basically just going direct
Oh,
from
but
A to
there.
B.
Oh, okay.
I was
Got
gonna
Above-
it.
make,
above-
I was gonna make
above-
my way back
yeah.
to the group. So
Understood.
like, I was gonna intersect Astrid and Valen with the guards to
Alright.
reassess what's going on.
Yeah, I think at this
So-
point the darkness fades. You guys are in this
I mean, I
street, surrounded by, and the guards are just like now they're just wondering what happened to the prisoner.
For my sake, real quick, I'm gonna try and explain what I'm planning to do, and then I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. So I'll let you guys RP getting back to the castle. My plan is to get Verum out of the bag before his time is up, before he starts suffocating, and then I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us, to make our flight to the castle really quick, and as stealthy as possible. I will make a stealth roll for. I'm still flying, but like the point of the spell is
slower,
that I
yeah.
get relatively well hidden. So a 28 for stealth.
Gotcha.
You're
Um,
you're so stealthy.
Yeah.
You rolled a 5, but plus 13, and you
Yeah,
got a
I'm a stealthy
28.
motherfucker. You thought you were stealthy, bitch? No.
No, I have
Alright,
advantage.
so-
You have better stats. No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fly us to the castle, and as I'm getting close to the castle, my intention is, because I have time, I'm going to circle the castle and I'm gonna cast message until I get a response. And I'm casting message to Ramilla, and trying to let her know, hey, I need to make an emergency landing, but I'm trying not to get caught by the guards again. I have the prisoner with me. And then, land where she can come escort us into the castle. That is my plan. I need to run to the bathroom. You guys can figure out what you're doing as you guys walk to the castle for now. Is that cool?
Yep. Like those of you on the ground, you have some chaos to deal with, as the guards who had been escorting you are now wondering like what the fuck has happened. And one of the main guard rushes, puts a sword out underneath, like it kind of points it at Valen. What is this tomfoolery? Where's the guard?
I don't understand. Well, I don't. Well, hold up. There was a huge commotion from our airship on our when we took our captive to the consul's castle. There was a huge commotion. Our captive was attacked and seriously injured. They were assassins attempted to kill the captive. My companion and I, we were able to fend it off. And one of the guard, your guard, was actually the assassin. That's
No.
all I could tell you right now at the moment, because I'm still actually a little bit disoriented after my companion cast a spell to blacken the entire area so we can get out of there safely. Otherwise, I can't imagine what else would happen.
That's a whole lot of exposition considering this all just happened. Seems a little bit rehearsed. Where is Verum?
I can't tell you right now because I
Astrid will step forward at this point. Based on the amount of time it's been, he's probably at the castle now.
He's on the way to the castle.
Already. Correct.
He turns and whistles the rest of his guards, and they begin to just like full speed sprint through the town on the way to the castle.
yeah.
Don't let them lead the body.
I was gonna take the body. I was gonna put it on Skull.
Oh, you're right. You got skull. That's right.
What was that all about?
They're
I'm
trying.
not there. I haven't caught up to you guys, I assume, yet.
No, I'm
No.
asking the question to the guard. What
Oh,
was
they're
that all
gone.
about?
No, this is
They
between
all
you and
ran.
Astrid. They're gone.
I'm sure they're trying
Okay.
to keep up with who they were told to protect, which they did a terrible job at doing.
Are you
and
sure?
I'll,
I'm actually suspicious of the guards right now because I'm afraid that they're gonna try assassinating Virum again.
well, if they do, it will have to be within the confines of the castle, because I know for a fact that Val has already taken them. They dimension doored out within the darkness.
Let's head over to the castle very quickly.
Yeah, I'll pick up the body and like throw it over my shoulder, or like throw it over Skull, and start heading that way.
You throw the body onto the back of Skull, and he starts to like kind of jog through the city behind you, and the citizens of Waterdeep are like dumbfounded as to what the fuck they're seeing.
Yeah.
Just completely. You have this smoky beast, with one of the Waterdeep guards on its back, obviously dead. As the two of you and Valen, jog through the city. So you hear lots of
thought
hushed
through that.
voices and expletives. But before long, you come to the great walls, like the outer walls of the castle.
Did we
The guards.
sorry, did we meet up with Dara King, or did you head
Darwin
back a
King
different
kind of
way?
like knew to just start going to the castle.
Yeah, I would have
you-
like kind of
were you gonna
backtracked a
circle
bit,
around
and then until like kind of came across the commotion of guards running through the city, and then you guys running, and then I would have like on foot trailed you guys.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
and like
I
a
didn't know if you had
street
planned
over.
to like officially meet up or what the deal
No,
was.
I'll trail you guys so I can be like a street over or whatever as soon as I realize what's happening, because I can kind of track things in the city. So I would just assume we'll communicate via message. Once I like
Yeah,
say,
that works.
hey, I gave Val a head start. He should be there, and when I feel the invisibility drop, I assume that he's doing something that would cause that, and so he's probably close. So let's just make sure we get there as quickly as we can. Possibly before these guards get you there.
All right, sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
Right. You guys enter the inner courtyard of the castle, and now you're surrounded by tens of guards, almost in the hundreds. As they let you in freely, knowing who you are. You're still ushered in by the commotion, trailing that initial battalion of guards into the hall. They find themselves in front of the council, where your clanmate Val appears with Verum in tow. The guards come rushing in behind him as Val explains the commotion to the council. One of the first to acknowledge you is your friend Ramilla. Val stands there with Verum, still with the bag on his head. The guards behind him now, followed closely by the rest of M&A. DW, Valen, Astrid, a large smoked beast carrying a dead body.
Yeah.
There's silence in this great hall as the entire council looks at just this kind of this crazy sight.
Weird.
Ramilla speaks up. Well, am I to assume you've brought with us Verum?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. She's addressing. She's addressing Val, who got there first.
Oh, never mind.
So
Um,
Shane, like he's presenting. He's in the front presenting. Like his goal was to get there, get this body, get this prisoner to them.
Yeah, so Val will step forward, pull down the hood of his cloak, pull down his face mask, and then say, "I'll ask permission if they wish for me to unmask the prisoner, but I'll step forward and say, um, through some trials and through some searching, we found this prisoner who seemingly is Verum, the worm speaker of the dragon cult. We've taken precautions to make sure that a wizard such as himself has as limited access to his capabilities as we can muster. But if you wish, I will remove his the sack over his head."
Almost unanimously, everybody's awestruck and is like, you hear like a gruff voice. King Melindrus, like, you sons of bitches brought him alive. Fantastic. Rip off that mask and let me see this son of a bitch.
And I will gingerly take off the sack from his head. And yeah, that's what I do.
There's like a kind of a gasp. By everybody except for one member of the council. You hear Dealin Withhound from the Emerald Enclave kind of not necessarily shout, but you just hear him say, "Should have murdered that son of a bitch." As the rest of the council is relieved and almost joyous at the fact that you brought such a high priority person back in. And is he willing to talk? No, matter of fact, let me talk to him directly. Verum.
Can I look around the room real quick before I'm just looking around the room? Is like Warwick or any other
Warwick's not there.
All right. I was just making note if there's any prepared magic users, but I can't stop what's about to happen.
Who's there is what's on the screen.
Yeah, okay.
Plus the guards.
Just wanted to ask.
Verum, you were charged with treason, with the murder, conspiracy, acts against the Sword Coast. You will be tried, found guilty, and hung unless you provide us with information that we deem worthy of your salvation.
And at this point, Valen's basically trying to cut into the conversation.
You will not speak while the council is in session.
If you guys do not wish to
You
hear,
will not speak while we are in session. Thank you for delivering this to us, but you have no right to talk while we decree justice. Verum, do you agree to cooperate, or will it be the gallows? Verum, who's on his knees now with the bag out from his head, looks around, kind of chuckles to himself. No, I probably have some good information for you, including those within these castle walls who may betray you all and are a danger to myself. The council is not immune to the shadowy tendrils of the dragon cult, and none of you are safe. But I will trade information for my life. Take me away to my cell, where I imagine I'll spend the rest of my days, but I'll spend them alive. Some of the members of the council kind of confer. You hear that large, booming voice from King Meldrek. Take him. Take him to the catacombs. And if he does not produce information I deem viable or vital to our battle against the dragon cults, then I'll sever his head myself. As the guards step forward to take him, no. None of you. He looks down the table. He looks at Hornblade, Ravengard. He looks at Brownnavel. You take him. You I trust. And these three men stand up and they escort your captive away from the Great Hall and into the catacombs. Malandrock looks back at you. You, Valen, you had something to say.
Since the council wants to inspect the information that he has to share by himself, there's nothing I can add to this conversation unless before you begin your interrogation, you want to hear what we have obtained so far.
No. Tell me
Okay.
what you obtained, because if his information that he gives us doesn't match the information you give us, well, I certainly trust you more than I trust him.
Okay.
Please, don't mistake what just happened
So-
with my distrust of you. It's unnecessary.
No, it was rude of me to interrupt. That on that behalf, I apologize to the council. It wasn't my time to open my mouth, and it was certainly
agree.
the time for the councils to lay out what's to become of him should he ever disobey to your instruction. But so this is what I was able to get out of him through our journeys back to the Waterdeep.
Did you find him a willing participant in your conversations?
I believe so. And the information I got is dragon cultists are amassing a huge army.
Mhm.
And what they are planning to do, it's not simply strengthening their own organization. They're plotting something that it's going to overtake the entire Sword Coast. And according to him, it is very close to the time where they complete their preparation for taking over the entire Sword Coast. And that is the information I was able to get out of him throughout the time that I spent with him. And after the conversation I had with him personally, and especially after what we've seen so far, including what happened just now today, I can tell you we have very little time to just sit around and gather information. What we need to do next is actually to link up all the resources and prepare for ourselves as well. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Valen. That's a considerable amount of information, and I thank you and your companions for taking that dangerous journey and not only surviving but bringing back. This is a big cap in our fight against the Dragon Cult. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go have a talk with our new guest. Never remember. I need you to talk to these guards. Ramilla stands up and she walks closer to you. Come with me. From what I understand, you're not going to want to hear what the Galt has to say to these guards. You guys kind of look at the remaining guards that had been on this initial caravan with you, and many of them have like their heads sunk, sulking. The commander of that battalion trying to like do his best to have still this commanding presence, but you can see in his eyes that he's failed and that he's going to face like a heavy ass whooping for what went down. Ramilla leads you up, unless anybody has anything to do here in the
I do.
hall. You do? Okay.
Just kind of as we're stepping forward, because Skull still has the dead body on his back. So I'll just kind of step forward and Skull step forward with me. Just kind of understanding like what is kind of going on and how the guards and stuff. If I may speak to the council.
What remaining council is there? Yes. It
Okay.
Just a couple. As
I
four
must-
have now gone to talk
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. I must advocate for these soldiers and their captain. They did nothing but their best. And I think just like us had the rug pulled out underneath them as one of their own betrayed them. I understand how hard it is to find out that someone that you worked closely with is a traitor. And therefore, I would petition to the council that whatever punishment they may incur, I would just like to advocate for that to be for the betrayal by a fellow soldier to be taken into consideration.
The Galt looks at you. I assume this knowledge that none of these other guardsmen are acolytes, betrayers, frauds, treasonous bastards. That's knowledge that you and the Harpers have. Is this true, Ramilla? That you know which of these are innocent men?
That's not what I said.
But you said that these guardsmen are innocent. Where did you gain that knowledge? How do you know that there isn't another treasonous bastard amongst them?
There very well could be.
Exactly. So before you have a testimony on behalf of another one of these scoundrels, maybe we figure out the truth. Ramilla, escort your Harpers out of here.
Did they already take Verum out?
Yeah, he's
Vern's, yeah, long gone.
Oh shit. I don't. Really
Ramilla whispers, "Come on, let's go." Through clenched teeth. Is there something you want to do, DW?
I mean, I would. If we can go back a half second, or to like before Verum left.
That was a long time ago.
Well, David was messaging me now, which would have been a whisper in game. So if
There's no going back. It was.
Okay.
It all happened. Like,
all right, well, if it happened, it happened.
unless you're willing to stop the king
No.
of the Waters Deep, plus 3 other council members who
It won't
escorted him
stop
out.
anything that was happening. I want to have an opportunity to try something, but only if we go back. I didn't know.
No, you would have had to have tried to do it then.
Well, I'm saying like I would have tried to do it then, but I didn't know this was what we.
I mean, I narrated that they're escorting him out to the catacombs. The king announced it. He named off the members to escort him. And then
it
the
was
king
an idea that I had, and I gave it to Alex, and I didn't. It was.
Well, I'm just
late.
saying,
It
it's-
That was after
there's
the
no going
fact,
back.
so I didn't know. Like I didn't have that opportunity to act on it. So like,
So
yeah.
then-
So if
then
it's already passed.
Yeah.
So I don't have an opportunity
Yeah.
to do that.
Nope. Are you guys gonna follow Ramilla back up the winding steps to your guys' corridors?
Not happily.
Well,
Wait, not happening. What?
Not happily.
not happily.
Oh, not happily.
Ramilla leads you up, and you guys enter that familiar sitting room that you all share with adjoining doors that lead to your bedrooms. Well, I hope you all just, Astrid, don't let that get to you. He's an asshole. It is not lost on the council that you all went into the bowels of hell and came back with the biggest capture to date in our fight against the Dragon Cult. So, brush that off. We work in secret. The things that we know don't necessarily need to be told to those assholes. And he's
Yeah,
impotent
You know as well.
and kind of winks at you.
You know it bothers me when somebody gets punished for something they had nothing to do with.
Right. You're better than most here. We just-
I'll finally. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I understand that Skull is not happy about what's going on, him carrying the dead body. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the dead body and mostly gently put it on the floor, kind of in the center of the room, so we can like figure out what the heck's going on.
Wait, you still have the body?
I still have the body.
Oh, I thought you left it downstairs.
No, it's still on Skull.
Yeah.
Sorry, I would have I would have.
I
I would
have
have not.
no problems investigating the body before you take it away. If you want me to just do a quick rundown.
I would say that you weren't allowed to take the body. You would have to have
That's
left
what I
it.
figured. And
Yeah,
literally,
I thought
like,
you
No one
addressed
was
it.
stopping us
David,
walking
and
up
I
with
was
the
like,
body.
does-
I think they were just
Everybody was
afraid of
trying to
Skull.
like draw their eyes away from that scolding that you got, so you guys could have easily taken the body back upstairs without anybody
Yeah.
knowing.
No
But okay,
one's,
so
no one's stopping Skull. I
it's
assume.
completely up to you.
okay, no,
I'm
let's
just
do
like-
it. Since we didn't have to talk about it, let's go. Okay, so you guys
I
have the body
literally-
now upstairs.
I literally
Skull
looked
is
around, I was like,
panting like, and then just kind of shakes this thing off. This
"Oh,
you hear the clanking of the metal of the armor of this guard, long since deceased.
An 18.
And you begin your investigation. You guys search his pockets. He has no discernible information. You do find like on parts of his like Under Armour, his initials and stuff in it.
His Under Armour?
Yeah, his
The
Under
brand?
Armour.
Sorry.
He had got it.
I wasn't. That's all I could think of.
The further your investigation goes, you see that you open his mouth and that some of that foam is finally like depleted or had fallen out, and he has a cracked tooth that seemed to have been hollowed out. Ramilla leans over. It's very similar to the assassins that we found.
They all seem to have this false tooth, you know, a similar thing. Maybe if we did a surprise,
dental check.
yeah, dental hygiene check on all the, you know, guards and troops and stuff, and just to see how they're going, we might be able to weed out any potential plants in the in there, or
Well,
so
looking
whoever
at
doesn't brush
it, would
their
it
teeth.
be?
I will try and suggest a random tooth search.
I'm
on
just
the guards,
saying,
but-
if it doesn't seem like it's. If we look for it, we know what we're looking for now, and
Right,
I'd rather try
right.
to like have an awkward conversation looking at someone's mouth rather than have them try to stab me in the back over and over again and wait till that moment. So
Let's see if Verum is willing to name names
you might not know everybody.
before we.
Probably didn't know this guard
Well, with
before
the-
try to stab him in the gut.
Let's see what he comes up with before we do the random dentist checks. But yes, no, it's a viable way to get information.
Does he have? Well, I guess this is something we will only be able to ask once the other guards are complete with whatever the heck is going to happen to them. Would it be possible to maybe see how long has he been in this unit? Is he even part of this unit, or did he just slip in and none of these people recognize him? I think knowing
Yeah,
Right.
How long
No,
has he been
how
part of
there-
it?
embedded everything is going to be a good step forward.
No, as far as the Harpers go, we will find out everything about this particular guard's life from birth to death here
Well,
within
we're-
the couple hours.
Might
That I assure
suggest-
you.
Might I suggest while we're checking, if we do a random teeth check, we should also do a random hand check, just to be, just check people's,
I think it's adorable that you come up with suggestions, but
Look, I'm just
These are
saying
terrible.
the hands are the gateways to their souls sometimes.
hand and
So-
teeth check. Thank you. And then she
Yep.
just kind of like pats you on the head. These are great suggestions. And then turns her back on you. Turns her back on you so she could talk to Val and
the sense of condescending. Holy shit!
When she pat my hand, which way did her hands go?
yeah.
The wrong way.
She's very double jointed, so her fingers were kind of like
Did I feel them go the right way, or did they? Double check.
They were very much hands.
All right.
And she turns
She
to
fell
address
for my trap.
Val and Astrid.
No one to be trusted.
Unfortunately, you all may not be here for long.
Never mind.
Once the council adjourns again, we do have some new leads that we would like you to check out. In the meantime, heal up. I'm gonna set a guard up, trusted guard, one of our own, member of the Harpers, that is willing to run into town and pick up any odds and ends that you may need.
While we are never against new information and new assignments, because we are well aware of the line of work that we are in, I do want to give you a debrief of the information that we've gathered on our last excursion.
Oh, of course. No, please.
So, the information of Verum fleeing into the Serpent Hills was accurate. And we followed him from, what was that place called? Skybore?
Mm-hmm.
We followed the trail from Skybore into the Serpent Hills. And in the Serpent Hills, we encountered a tomb. And this tomb, as we found out after some close encounters, this is the tomb of a name that I'm finding. It starts with a D. It should be highlighted.
So you're asking for the name of the tomb? Beatrice?
Yeah, Deidris. Yeah. This is the we found a tomb of Deidris. It was apparently a mage of some power long ago. Currently, the tomb is overrun by Yuan-Ti, and they were the ones who actually had Verum captive.
Be right
You
back.
can go.
As you do that, keep doing the exposition.
I saw Viva's face and I was like, he's gotta go pee.
Gotta go. I'm like, okay, I'll wait to get it.
Long speech.
Did he want me to continue this?
Yeah, he said keep going.
All right.
It's a nice Spark Notes version for everybody to be caught up.
Yeah. So we encountered Yuan-Ti in the tomb of Deidris the wizard, and throughout the tomb, these Yuan-Ti seem to have engrossed themselves and started multiplying. While I do not see a distinct issue with them existing, the part that concerns me was we eventually found that they were coveting this magical. Not necessarily that. I'm actually more concerned about this magical
Oh, the shrine pool.
item, the divination pool. We don't
Oh.
know exactly what it does, but it seemed to have great power, and we weren't able to patch much of the information about that for now, as we had our primary concern was capturing Verum and not necessarily this divination pool. But what we did find through some of our investigation was the Yuan-Ti, and this tomb also houses another portal, like the one we found here in Waterdeep and like the one up in Luskin. And so we are beginning to find more of these portals throughout the lands, and they seem to be connecting very specific locations. Unfortunately, we do not have access to one, as the portal in the cliffside over in Waterdeep is destroyed, as far as I know.
There is another portal there.
There is a portal in the Tomb of Deidris.
What guards the portal?
It's hard to say. Currently, on this side of the portal, it would be the group of Yuan-Ti, but they did not seem to be utilizing it at the moment. They said that they did not necessarily know where it leads. The
Astrid,
other part of the issue is what was on the inside of the portal.
Yes.
Astrid, with your assessment, would it behoove the Harpers to send a team to this temple? Is there reason that we should obtain the things within it and control this point?
I think right now it is a neutral point, and the Dragon Cult is aware of it.
Mm.
And I know they were trying to get a hold of the divination pool. Is that correct? David, not.
I don't think my understanding of it was
He was trying to
the
get
divination-
the divination pool.
I don't think he was trying to get the divination pool. He was following somebody, as far as we knew. I don't think we have a definitive answer on
Okay.
why he was in that tomb. Because
So there was
he lost the mask, and he was maybe using the. He was trying to use the pool to find it.
Right. So
it's
right
truly
now
a scrying
it's neutral ground. It's neutral ground. There's at least one, I would assume, relatively powerful magical artifact there. Along with a portal, from my understanding, I didn't get to see it myself, that is similar in nature to the one that we found within the sea caves. I think you would need to send a relatively skilled team in, and we would be able to give you a layout of what we know about the.
what percentage of exploration and discovery do you think you've all had of said temple?
Is
Top
it the general
floor.
group? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You
I
all can
mean-
chime in. You're listening to the conversation.
I mean, the top floor where Verim's tomb is, I think we hit every room that we are aware of, right? Unless there was a secret door.
There was that one big double door that we never went through.
Yeah, we assume that
So
hallway
then
went
we
back to.
figure
Yeah,
out
there's
we
one
just
pathway
figure
we
out.
didn't. There's essentially two pathways we didn't connect, but we use logic to assume that they connect together, but we didn't follow it. And if there's anything in
Right.
between the two that was there, we didn't know it. But basically, it's broken up into two parts. There's the Deirdre's part, right on the top half, which has traps and
Well, we know
we
the
can
back
lay that
way
out
in as
for
well.
you. Right, I'm just saying, but there's the Deirdre's part, and then underneath that is the Yuan-Ti.
The Yuan-Ti part was still Deidre's part. They
Right, but no,
moved
he's
in.
just saying.
I'm
So
saying like
the-
there's two halves, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, the way we
Sure.
would break it down is like there's the Deirdre's part, which is like their Yuan-Ti aren't there, and there's the Yuan-Ti part, which is completely overrun. And
the
that's where
Yuan-Ti
the
are
portal-
nesting in the lower part of the Deirdre's temple, but
Yeah.
I guess the question she's posing you all is it a place you guys feel like you fully explored and is not necessary to be explored further by the Harpers or the council, or maybe there's something of value there that someone else should go and check out?
I would say there are a couple of rooms that we skipped on the lower floor. So I would say
Right.
there's probably still areas of interest.
in the
Because we
presence of-
skipped
in
that
the,
entire there was that stairwell that went
the
down.
bottom right side.
There was the hallway that we went down, and then there was a stairwell that went up into kind of like a ceremony
Yeah.
room, and we only peeked in there.
Yeah, the southeast side
Okay.
we didn't explore. We'd never found the divination portal or divination.
Yeah,
Whatever
it was
they're
in
called
that
it.
main room where we talked to the head Yuan-Ti.
Right, but we would say we didn't interact with it or do anything with
Correct.
it. So
Right.
there's that.
And again,
haven't-
and this is, we didn't send you there with knowledge of the temple and with the understanding that you needed to explore every crack and crevice. We're beholden to you all for doing the impossible, bringing back a huge blow to the cultists with Verum in tow, alive. And I promise you, everybody there on the council was dumbfounded with your ability to do that, and in some way or another are beholden to you. I am interested in this temple, and I may look into it further. But thank you all for this
The other thing
information.
to point out, and it might be unrelated to this area, but we got Baron, but we didn't get a direct lead on the current whereabouts of the mask, though. Whether it's directly in that location that Baron was chasing it in through, or so like again, Yanti not being related to it or not, or if it's somewhere else, we don't know.
No, maybe that information will pry from Verum himself.
Right.
So, take a minute to gather yourselves, rest, clean, shower. God's sake, please shower. And meet me downstairs this evening for dinner at the council, in which we discuss what will happen next. And again, I'm going to send up one of my guardsmen. It goes by the name of Yale. He'll be up shortly to take any orders that you need and go into town and fetch for you.
Okay.
Astrid, it's
give us
always a
the
pleasure to
name?
see you back.
Always a pleasure to see you as well.
Thank you.
Oh.
Val, you continue to do good work, and I appreciate it. Thank you. She looks at the other. He looks at DW and Malin, and you two continue to surprise me with how much you can talk. Good day. He walks out the room.
Don't forget the body.
I don't want this
I'll
body
s-
anymore. Can I sit him outside the door?
We'll leave it for Yali. You know, we'll just leave it on the side. You can collect
No,
it
I
later.
just
Y'all,
want-
you know?
Yali will
No,
dispose
I'll-
of it.
As she walks out, I will just like.
I'll
like,
stick my head
walk
out. Don't
her
worry,
back up
don't worry,
and just,
Astrid. I got it. We'll leave the body on the outside with the trash. Don't worry. We understand the proper etiquette of the castle. Thanks. Close
Alright,
the door.
So yeah, you prop out like your empty dishes, your used cups and
Like the
napkins
room
and
service
stuff,
tray.
and then
Yep,
and then
yep.
just a body like sitting outside of the door.
Oh no.
Is there anything you guys wanted? Okay, so now she's left you guys in the room. It's you all.
I want to take a quick shower or whatever, but I would like to personally run to go see Zargos, but I don't want to go alone. So if I can get at least one person to accompany me before we have to go, and again, the whole idea is that it won't take me that long to clean off and then be prepared to go to town real quick.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm not gonna shower though.
I feel like anytime
Actually,
you talk
just-
about smells,
No, we
Astrid's
need
just
to-
gonna wallow in the stank.
Yeah. No, if I listen, this is a personal opinion that I'm putting onto Astrid. Given the option to either be stinky for a little bit longer and get a really nice long bath, I'm gonna take the really nice long bath, not
Okay,
the half-ass
okay.
shower.
Okay.
I'm of the
I will pick
my
the pieces
character
tomato
is
out
of the
my hair.
opinion of like if I'm gonna shower, it's gonna be quick regardless. So if they were talking about smelling, I'm just gonna do it real quick. So I don't want to be the DM picking on me when I get to the next place.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah,
You're gonna
you
take a
always
bath and
smell
you're
like
gonna
a
still
fart.
smell like shit.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause your
gonna-
cloak.
Yeah, my clothes
Smell
smells
like
like
eggs.
brimstone. I get it, but I'm gonna try to minimize as much as me as possible.
The other smell.
Okay.
You don't smell like a pizza?
It should smell a little bit less today because I've already used it. I expended
Brimstone,
my
not
fart.
tombstone.
I said brimstone.
So
No. Astrid made a joke about pizza.
Oh,
Tombstone
Oh.
pizza, brimstone.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's a deep cut for people who enjoy frozen pizzas. It's a
I don't know. Do
very
you
narrow
enjoy-
audience that joke would
Do
have hit.
you enjoy frozen pizza though?
Yeah, I
I
do.
mean, when it hits. I will say that.
Yeah.
when
Honestly,
you
I
have
don't
it-
know if I've ever had a bad frozen pizza.
Then
I
you
have.
definitely, yeah, you definitely have
Really?
bad frozen
I-
pizzas.
You've never tried to
Look.
eat one with cauliflower crust.
No, I haven't because I do the chicken crust.
Anything with a cauliflower crust is not gonna taste good, man.
Yeah,
True.
but cauliflower rice. What are we doing?
It is.
All right,
We're
well,
going to Zarga's. And
we
we're weekend
should
at Bernie,
we should get
Bernie-
credit when we get there because were hopefully he would have sold the items that we sent, and then if
Oh, we're
we
in
had to
debt
worry,
y'all are in debt to him, right?
I don't
No.
think that's what that was supposed to be.
no, we gave him 3 items to sell.
Oh, okay.
okay. So you guys head back down the winding stairs. You hear as you guys go through the giant chamber, you just hear this bellowing still as the guards are like taking one knee down in softball stance as the
I thought it
coach
was like
just
football.
yeah,
locker,
yeah,
and
they're
you
all
yell
gathered
at
around
them.
as they just get fucking reamed by members of the council. You guys try to avert your gaze, but you swear you see tears in some of the eyes as you guys usher your
Never
way
avert
out.
My gaze.
Oh, you don't? You just look right at them.
Heck those assholes.
You guys start heading your way down into the trades ward.
Before we leave, do we want to bring gold with us before we go?
I don't understand what you wrote. Do we want to bring many with us?
I was
Oh,
just
money,
like,
money,
who's
money,
Manny?
money.
Who's
I'm sorry, I
Manny?
was
Where's Manny?
money. I'm just shy of
Have you
1,000
guys-
gold right now, me.
Manny's my pet bear.
Actually, if you count my 2 platinum, I have exactly 1,000 gold, 1,200 gold.
Blah.
If you want the bag of holding, I don't really care. I don't.
Is all the money in the bag of holding, or is it?
Who's all going?
Me.
I thought
I thought
just
it
the
was
two.
just him and Astrid.
Okay,
Taking a
It was
shower.
an open. It was an
Wanna
open
go?
invite to anybody.
No, I'm
but-
taking a shower.
okay.
He's like, I will take.
So
my
your brother
long
and Valen
bath,
stay
damn
behind.
it.
Yeah.
You have the little sack, the money sack?
I have a haversack, so I could take more gold with me. I just
Who
need
has
to
the
know.
money sack?
No, Terry does.
Okay. Oh no.
Also, you told us that it is not a wallet. You told us it is a teller's window.
Right.
only.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he wants money. Anyways,
There's probably some in there. I think is what it was implied.
or he could get it if he needed it. But you guys figure this out.
Because
I have
the
to
other one is
So
Sandalwood.
not planning to buy anything.
Anytime we do a shopping episode, I as a DM, I want to send asteroids.
I'm
from the
not trying to
sky.
make it long,
That's
but I'm just trying to make
that's
sure
why
I have
I'm
money on
staying
us.
in the room
I don't
and
even
not
care if
trying
it's
to do
short.
it.
I want already asteroids to pelt waters deep into oblivion.
Feels dumb if we weren't to
Meteor
talk because I
Storm.
talked to him last
It is
time.
a 8th or 9th level spell. It does a fuck ton of damage.
All right, 20. Give me 20,000 gold to just throw in the haversack, and then I will try not to use it all. I just want to
Just give me
have the options.
20,000 gold.
I'm just looking at what we have. We have
No,
38.
the party funds have.
38.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm just saying,
38.
give me 20.
Just say you have 20. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So we'll
Okay,
take
he-
20,
so-
and then we'll go with it. So yeah, I know we had
Um,
some items sold, so we have some credit.
As you walk out of the gates, you start to head down into the trades ward. The little old lady walks up to you. She asks you,
Disengage, walk away.
"Might I have some?"
Disengage.
You continue to walk past her.
Yep. We're not talking to
Astrid's just
anybody. We
like-
don't trust any old ladies. We're
really
Astrid.
confused.
Astrid. I've already told her. I already told her the
You
situation.
continue down another block, and you see a small child with one leg and a crutch, and he
hate
hobbles
everything.
up to you. And he says,
Disengage,
"Please, sir.
walk away.
Please, sir."
Nope.
Okay, so you trip him,
Nope.
knock him to the ground.
Don't I don't
and then you
I don't trip
continue to walk.
anybody. I'm just
Okay, every
avoiding
single time
people.
he like walks away, I'm slipping each of these people like
No money,
silver.
no acknowledgement, staying as far away from people as possible. We're just beelining the Zargos.
you know what?
You continue down another block, and you see a man in a suit.
Motherfucking slipping them some change.
You see a man in a suit, and he comes up to you and he says, "Good sir, have you heard about
Nope,
my lord and
we're going.
And he-
We keep going. Same things.
you
Just
continue
say,
down
Sorry, he's in a bad mood.
into the trades ward?"
I have my hood up. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just, just focused, walking on a mission. Walking on a mission. They'll have to stab
I'm
me
out
to
here
stop me.
enjoying life.
You continue down a little bit further, and as you pass through the crowded street, someone just turns to you and,
How?
I need you to roll. Constitution saving throw. You pick her up, do like a wrestling move, throw on her shoulder, knock her to the ground, as she screams, "I was just trying to blow you a kiss." You step her over and you keep going. You make it down to Zargos.
I'll help her up.
You're gonna make me blow an invisibility just to walk from point A to point B without having dumb interactions in the streets.
You make it to Zargos with like a little bit.
That's
bit of
want to
beads-
go on a
beads of-
shopping episode.
Yeah, beads of sweat just like on your brow.
I know.
Zargos, "Hey friends, welcome. Hey, come on in."
Hi Zargos, let me shake your hand.
How does he have
Checking his hands.
another
Checking his
accent?
hands.
His hands,
Normal.
clasp your hand in a normal hand way.
Okay, thank God. Hey, just wanted to see how things are going in the shop. Just
It's very good. No, very good. Listen, between here, other shop there, and then what we have
I'm just gonna
coming
let
up in some of the other cities that we won't talk about here, but very good.
And any new items in the shop, or any new, or did you were able to make
No,
any
no.
scrolls?
No, I'm sorry. I've been very busy on expanding. You've only been gone a week. Please,
2 weeks.
it's been 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Fuck, it flies. Time flies. I'm very busy. I got 3 shops now. I got a 4th and a 5th coming up. Yes. No, I don't have anything for you.
All right.
But-
Well, just wanted to check. No problem. If you get any more of those scrolls in, just let me know. Any magic scrolls at all?
Yeah,
that'd be
no, I
great.
got some fighter bolts. I got I got one. No, I do have one. Hold on. And he runs into the back and then comes back out. I have one. This you're going to love, but it's gonna cost you a pretty penny.
What is it?
It's gonna cost you a pretty penny to know what it is.
You know I'm good for it. Like like.
All right, so I'm going to tell you, but then when you buy it, I'm gonna charge you an extra 1,000. So, here it is, and he unrolls the scroll in front of you. As you begin to read it, it mentions as though through concentration and some spell work, you have the ability to shrink down to size of a copper piece.
So it's more than enlarge reduce. It's a specialty scroll.
It shrinks you. It shrinks you. It shrinks you. Look at you. What do you?
Okay.
It shrinks you.
How much for it?
12,000 gold.
It's so good, but I don't
But
have...
nope. Hold on. I already knocked off that 1,000. I told you I was going to charge you.
It's so, but
Shrinks you. Can you imagine what you could do if you could squeeze through the cracks of a wall into a place?
I really could. I really can.
I have polymorph.
Astrid, can you imagine if this man's head shrinks a little? Amazing. Actually, you know what? For 12,000, it's not enough. I take it back. Good day.
Oh, it's so good. I know.
It's now 15,000. It's now 11,000. You know what? 14,000.
Zargos, when was the last time you slept?
Don't know. I try to sleep when I teleport,
That
but I
seems
don't even think
inconvenient.
that's enough. 12,000. Final offer. 14.
Right now, I can't do it. But when we
13,000.
come back, you know, we keep coming and going. We're bringing new stuff. We'll keep restocking you, and you can try to keep restocking us. I'll try to grab that on the next time go through. Right now, we'll just get the normal stuff. Of I just need some inks and paper from you.
Yes. Here
I
he goes.
know.
800 gold, please. And here's your
We
normal.
know that's not the normal price for it.
Oh, do you not want the potions? The health potions like you normally get?
Oh shit, we're doing that too. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we'll restock on all of it. 800, I guess, for everything. What is that? What 800 would be? Either 16 health potions or a couple medium ones. And
Well,
so-
I have 2 potions of healing. Everybody's supposed to have 2, right?
Yeah, but I used a few.
I mean, you all use some. I assumed you guys. knew
Terry
what
went
you
down
guys-
pretty hard. I don't know how many he used.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I don't have a greater healing potion anymore, but like
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
used
matter
I
too
used my
much.
stuff.
Let me check my
Actually, I have all my
inventory.
potion of healings, but I only have.
Well,
one
use
this
the
is
greater
chat.
also
potion.
Use
why,
use
this
the
is
chat
also-
to list what you guys need.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's why we had Yali, right?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
Yali
I
was
didn't-
gonna.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I was
So
looking
Yeah,
we
for
can-
something in
my
particular.
potion are out. I'm fresh out of potions.
Okay.
Sorry,
well,
guys.
Um,
In
we'll
addition to
cover
this,
that
if
in
you
a little
ever,
bit.
there's one point in one of your stores, I believe it was when we were in Baldur's Gate, you had a,
My original
You-
store. Yes.
yeah, you put your,
Uh-huh.
you had this cloth or whatever, and you put your hand in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah,
Don't
it-
know.
if you ever, get another one of those or bring that up from Baldur's Gate, let me know. I was hoping to grab one of those at some point. It was a really cool trick. I just wanted to see if we could get one of those at some point.
Be right back. And he dips behind the counter through those gates, the wooden gates that. And you hear this.
Is there
Um.
anybody else in the store?
Oh yeah, there's cat ladies everywhere.
Oh, okay. That's what I
Why?
figured.
What? Oh my word!
I wasn't gonna do that. I was.
Wow.
Astrid.
I was going through.
Astrid!
Several
I mean,
minutes
I
later,
was-
you hear a.
I would have pictured you as a...
Didn't steal anything.
What did I say greater potion of healings are? 500? 500 apiece? It was right, actually.
Zergos with his beard and his goatee comes back out, and you see a little bit of chunks in his beard. Excuse me, the travel does fucking terrible things to me. But here's the donut hole straight from Baldur's Gate, and that will be 1,200 gold pieces at our friendly discount.
1,200. I remember it was definitely 5,000 when we were in Baldur's Gate before.
1,200 is less than 5,000.
You're
Oh, it
right.
was?
It was 5,000. You're right.
You
I get
fucker.
so queasy when I travel through
Sorry, I
that
heard
thing.
12.
It makes my brain crazy. But for you, I will do 4,000. For friends. For a friend, because I love you.
All right, we'll do.
'Cause
I'm sorry, guys. I was tired.
I almost
I didn't-
let you. I almost let you rip me off, but you're.
I was thinking. I heard
you have
12,000.
too much You have too
I heard
much
12,000,
pride.
guys. I'm
You have too
sorry.
much pride. You have too much integrity, and that is
I
why
do.
I love
I
you
do.
all. 4,000 for you.
Sure. I'll put that in with a bunch of these greater healing potions.
Yes, at 800 apiece.
800
Okay.
apiece.
How many?
Wait,
mean-
greater healing?
It's
Greater
500.
healing.
Greater
Yeah,
healings
five-
are 500.
Are you
500.
sure? It looks. Psst. They say 500. No, 800. 6? 6. We could do, because I love them.
I'm not
Let's
there.
do 6. 600. I apologize. They don't know you like I know you. 600. They were gonna charge you 800. 600 for you because you're my friend. I love you very much.
Zargus.
600.
Come on.
Yes,
We'll
Astrid.
Astrid do the bargaining now.
Yes, Astrid.
You already ripped him off with the whatever you went to Baldur's Gate for.
I threw up. I got sick. It makes my tummy funny. I didn't rip him
Well.
off. Astrid, how hard did you have to? How many realms did you go to get that? Huh?
Not even one.
That's not the story you told me, or I'm misremembering. But I give it to 400,000, 4,000, 4,000, and then 8 for the potions.
5 for the potions.
Oh, 5 for the potions. Fine. 5 for the potions. Fine. Astrid, you used to work with me.
We've got to
So
talk about
so
that.
six.
But
We're gonna
yes.
do four graders and then one for everybody, and then so 6,000 total.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then I'll just throw in. I just need to do real quick. I have this in my inventory. Update my spell materials. Another 150 for my personal for spell materials stuff, so I can just get up to full.
You know what? For you, I'll do it for 140.
All right, great.
Because why not? Huh, Astrid?
Why not?
Why not? DW, I would love for you to come back alone next time.
I would, but every time I come alone, or even sometimes when I come
No,
with
no, I
people,
just-
there's
I-
people
I
like
just
always
enjoy
harass
hanging
me
out.
right outside your shop. Like I mean, like they just keep being there, just like trying.
I feel
You
like
know how the
Astrid's
city
still mad
is,
at me because I bet
Zargus.
against her.
Oh, you bet against me.
No. I don't remember it that way.
Interesting. No, you've got some
Look.
shady characters hanging around.
No,
your
no,
shop,
listen.
Zargus.
No. Because your streak has to end sometimes. Are you fighting while you're here?
I haven't decided yet.
I promise to bet for you this time.
I don't believe you for a second.
Just the odds are so good to pay against you. It's not personal, I promise. You have to lose sometime.
Thanks, Zargus.
I would love for you to never lose. But
How much
where's the
is
money
that?
in that?
That's fair.
All right, I'm pulling
You are a
140 out of my
businessman after
personal.
all.
All right. One
Okay,
more
we-
thing, because I feel like there's hostility in the air. Here you go. And he slides over a rock to DW. What are you?
Is it just a normal rock or is it? What is it?
No wrong.
Just
no.
a river rock.
No, look at it. It's shiny, but I promise you, it's an interesting rock.
I look at it.
Pretty sweet, right?
Very, very sweet. What is it? What can I identify it?
Does it look similar to the rock he gave him last time?
You didn't
You
give me a
gave him a
rock
rock
last
last
time.
time?
Aren't those the
Mine?
little thingies? The little ear
No,
things?
those actually look.
No.
Little walkie
different.
talkies.
Yeah,
Those
no,
are
no.
rocks, right?
Oh,
Is that
walkie.
those?
No, spot.
This is
Those
different
look
than
like
that.
in
But yes,
Oh, okay.
I know what
okay,
you're
okay,
saying,
never
but
mind.
no, this is different than that.
Stones come in pairs, and then the spy devices look different.
Yeah.
So
This is
would
different.
be
Are you gonna?
unique.
Do you have to do an identify spell on it, or
If I would cast Identify, it would take me 10 minutes because I don't have it prepared. It would take
I
me
would
a
like
ritual
you
cast.
to
Do like
not
an
be here in 10
investigation.
minutes
Yeah, so
because you're buying up all my shit and you're
I'll
costing me a fortune.
if I don't have it, if I don't immediately know what it is, I'll just say like this is really great.
It's a
and I'll
rock.
just-
I promise you. Keep it.
yeah, no, great. This is I'm
gave it to
honored
you.
to have it.
Goddamn right.
So 6,000 from the is
Yeah.
total, correct? Okay, I'm marking this out.
Yep, I was putting it in the chat. Took the 140 from mine, so I can update my other stuff. And then everyone should get, at the end of this, everyone should get a additional greater healing potion. And then we should make it back if we need anything else.
One last question for you, Zargos.
Yes.
Have you heard of anything interesting floating around in any other markets that somebody might be trying to get their hands on?
Astrid, you know that I always hear things.
Some of the best ears in the business. What do you need? I think we're going to be doing some traveling here soon. I can see what I can do.
There is something in the Nine Hells that I would love.
Why
to
would
pick
you
up.
immediately send me there?
I am not sending you anywhere. You asked me if I heard things, and I'm telling you that there is a thing I heard.
Hold
You
on.
know-
If you need something from the Nine Hells, do you have a way to get to the Nine Hells?
No, talk to her.
Talk.
Talk to her. She's the expert. Why are you talking to me? No, she's the expert. Astrid, my dear, I am just saying, I have known things. There is a item that everybody is after. It resides in the Nine Hells. I am not asking you to go there. You asked the question to me.
I did.
If you happen to be in your old stomping grounds of the Nine Hells,
stomping grounds.
Oh, whoa, whoa!
what is? Does he not know you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to say
Anyways.
We're
it so
recent
loud.
acquaintances. Carry on, Zargos.
Obviously, if you happen to be in the Nine Hells again and
Mhm.
visiting your old friends, there is an item.
Acquaintances.
Mm-hmm. Sure. No one's really friends down there. There is an item I am curious about. It is another stone, not like his, but you will find it. It seems as though most recently a spider beast was sent back with it.
Found
I'm very
with the
interested in
spider
it.
beast?
Yeah, he traveled to this realm and then I guess got his shit pushed back into that realm. And he has it. And I would like it because it will sell for a fortune. I don't care
Any
what it does.
characteristics other than it being a stone?
I will say you will find a stone in the nine, and you'll find a stone down there guarded by a spider beast, and it won't want you to have it, and it glows like green, and then there'll probably be other people chasing you. That's enough information,
When is
I
there
think.
not?
Right? You know you're on the right path when people are trying to murder you.
I mean,
Not
that's
wrong.
every day.
Right. So you're right. Always on the right path.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Right.
But
Always
you know
a buck.
how we end every conversation like this, Zargos. What's my cut?
Your cut will be 70%.
70.
70. Because
My cut.
I don't believe you'll make it back alive. Not with these idiots. No, I'm just kidding. I love this guy. I love this guy. And he grabs DW's face. No. The other idiots, not this one.
Thanks.
No. It is not so much that I need to make money off of it, other than knowing that Zorgos has it brings me all the wealth I need.
And just to be clear,
understand.
not just any Hell Rock will do.
You travel with him? This is your companion. No, not any Hell Rock will do. You know what? Give me back my stone.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding. You
Yeah,
filled
of
my
course
ears.
you were. Of course you. You're hilarious. Yeah, no, no. We're all good.
I'll see what I can do.
Of course you will.
If you
Good
hear
luck.
anything somewhere nicer, maybe like the Feywilds, let me know.
Oh, they're still off limits to me.
Ugh,
The
What-
Feywilds. There's too
I
much
don't know what-
turmoil there. I don't know anybody that can venture through there that knows it well enough to survive at this point. No, in fact, if you were able to bring me an escort through the Feywilds, that would be more valuable than anything I find in there right now.
you
A
know I have my
courier.
ways.
Thank you. Astrid, find me a courier, and we could do business in the Feywilds.
Sounds good.
But until then, I will not send anybody in or out. You,
Always a pleasure, Zargos.
is it blowing your mind?
So much.
Right, you look like it. Because if you need to throw up, feel free. There's a bucket right here. That's
Slosh.
Happens.
Wait.
Slosh.
Hold on a second. How nice is that bucket?
it's
It has his puke in it.
He doesn't care.
It's-
He's taken a shit bucket before.
it is a amazing quality, and as you can see, holds my vomit without any leaking.
I need a new bucket.
You could buy this one, 17 copper. I'll throw in my vomit for free.
Deal.
Good, sir. Good.
Sorry, I have a thing, guys. I give them 2 silver.
17 silver.
I don't have a bucket anymore. I need to have a bucket.
All right.
Oh,
You
that was
just paid
ad.
2 silver for a bucket with vomit.
You don't
in it?
understand what we've been through with buckets, and I need to make sure that I have it. And I was gonna have this sweet copper bucket, and then things happened, and I don't have a bucket at all now. So
Everybody
I
has
don't
their
think
thing.
Either of us know what you went
No.
through with a bucket.
oh
Like out of game. Like I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
No
yeah.
goddamn sense.
He's
it was
Like,
really
it's
just
the
like a.
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I got thrown in jail, and then like the jail didn't hold
collecting
me like
buckets
for
since the
at
beginning.
all, and like I just walked out, and like people's like, and I was like looking around, and people's like, "There's nothing there but a bucket." I'm like, "I steal the bucket," and I walked out, and like they were finishing talking up, and I just like walked by, just swinging the bucket, and I just
Been
kind of just
stealing
like proceeded out.
buckets since like month 2.
Yeah, and I've been
Got it.
waiting for a moment for this bucket to come into place, and it never did. But I'm holding on to hope that I'll
Now
have
you
a
puke
bucket moment.
So.
Quote unquote backstory.
Yeah,
Bucket backstory. Hashtag bucket
that was
backstory.
literally that was our
Hashtag
second,
bucket
or that was like our
backstory.
second or third episode, like session that we did that. Where like, it was the first time in Fandle, and I got thrown in jail, and I stole the bucket.
Surprise, surprise. Of all people, Alex got thrown in jail. Okay. All right. So you guys are You guys are leaving.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the bucket, by the way? It is half full of vomit. No, not half. A third.
As soon as we get out, I'll
I was
just
gonna
kind of
say
like
half. That's impressive.
I'll
Yeah,
find
no-
an alley,
you don't need to be unreasonable.
toss it out, and then I'll just throw it into my haversack for now.
As you toss it out, it splashes on the ground, and then that poor child with the one leg in the crutch kind of looks at you. Why?
gotta get the tough kid, and then I got. But I've also before I left, I disguised self, so I look like.
Your brother.
No, I was gonna say I look like Barum, but maybe that's
There
not a
you
good
go.
idea.
Seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, I realize that now.
I think
I'm trying to
you
think.
gotta,
I'm trying to think of an
retool
NPC
your
that we've
character to be
seen.
chaotic evil.
No,
this
I'm
point.
chaotic neutral.
Mm,
I'm. I didn't know there was a kid there when I dumped it, and the DM determined it was there.
Well, you never did any investigation, so
I just said I was going to an empty alley and tossing it.
he has
and then
a
you
very
said-
high passive perception, so
Yeah.
like it's not like he
so
doesn't
maybe
know what's
he
around
meant
him.
to throw it on the child. Is that what you're
I
saying?
guess so.
Yeah, interesting.
If that's what you deem
Well,
it
don't
as,
forget he killed mom.
I'm
He
decide
killed mom
self.
before.
I decide self as what I saw like one of the random guards looks like, but just like in plain clothes, and I hope no one fucks with me.
All right, you guys make your way back into the castle grounds without any other distracting. Should we take a break right there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, we'll take a break. Going to break, everybody. Thank you.
I'm excited. I got the portable hole.
think
me?
they just finishing shopping, right?
No, they just wandered back into town.
Yeah, we're back. We'll be back with you guys by the time we're done with this. So yeah.
I am named Valmar Umbra. But
Yeah,
DW and DW and Astrid make their way back into the castle where they find it's been at least a couple hours now. But as you walk in, there is still shouting. There's still scolding, and you see not all of the guards that had been there previously, but 100% the guardsmen who had led that battalion, 100% still having his ass shoot out. You head up the winding staircase back into your chamber where you meet with the rest of your clanmates. Valen sitting on the couch with a bathrobe after you said
really?
did you say you stayed behind so you could take a
Yes,
shower or
but
a
I
bath?
would have finished it by now, and I would have been dressed. That was the best rope.
Okay, you let me
start
know.
naked.
You let me know.
I would be fully dressed and ready for the banquet of the night.
Okay. Val, what are you up to?
Val, took a shower, cleaned up for whatever a ranger would consider clean. And I'm trying to decide, like, would he understand that, like, he probably shouldn't show up to a banquet or to the dinner, like, in full adventuring gear and, like, all of his armor with all of his weapons?
I mean, I don't think we have other clothes.
No, but, like, he would just take off, like, his outer armor, because, like, his under tunic is still an elven-made tunic, and it's probably...
That's a judgment call by you. It's not an issue of decorum or anything. It's your judgment call. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. I think Val, like, understands what proper etiquette would probably be, being raised from where he was, but at the same time, his the actions or the course of his life has just led him to be a little bit more guarded, and so he'll probably keep his armor and stuff on, but he'll have the hood down, have the mask down. He'll make sure he's
I don't think it would be strange or awkward or anything if you just came fully fucking dressed for a fight at this point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you guys are
That's all
all
they've seen you as. Oh, that's all they've seen you in.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like it wouldn't be shocking for you to appear in the same.
But yeah, he's just been hanging out, meditating, just keeping to himself.
You start to hear like the chiming of the giant bells throughout the castle, and it's an address to you all to the commencement of this dinner. If you guys want to, you can head downstairs.
So we've just shown back up. DW and I.
I'm gonna say some time has passed.
Okay, so like there's enough time for like for Astrid to like take a bath and not look like a street rat, right?
Right. Yeah. No, you can.
Okay. Cool. That's all. That's literally all I need to know. Yeah, Ashford is cleaned up.
Okay.
I
So at this
got
point,
Aladdin stuck in my head now.
everybody's fairly clean except for DW, who obviously chose not to shower or anything.
I did shower.
Okay, everybody's clean.
I'm
I,
clean.
Although
I'm
he
just
has been
fucking. I'm
walking
just
around
fucking
with a
with you.
puke-filled bucket.
Yeah,
It's
No.
not out anymore.
it's stinky bucket with him. Okay, no, you guys
And
all.
I used my stinky fart cake today. It should be the best it's ever smelled.
You guys head downstairs, and you walk into that giant, beautiful, open area with this table. But this time the table is been expanded some, and it's just filled, covered with meats, turkeys, cheeses, vegetables. You see olives. You see just a variety of food and then glasses of wine everywhere. The council addresses you all. Come in and sit. And the king stands up. In these days and times, there are very few moments in which we can enjoy our company, in which we can take a breath, in which we can savor these times. Foods, drinks. And what we gathered from Verum the White, our captive, willing captive, who is bleeding information in order to save his own neck. We find ourselves on a precipice. Dalon from the Emerald Enclave. You have something to address? Dalon Witherhoard stands up. You've recognized him. From the Emerald Enclave, he'd spoken to you early on in your meetings.
It's a winter hound.
Sorry. Jesus Christ. Winterhound. Winterhound.
So
What did I?
someone's
Yeah,
been
I was
really
like,
enjoying a
wait, who?
particular thing.
Yeah, so his name is Witherhoard, and he does everything amazingly.
Much
He gets
been into
nerfed
that
next
anarchy
season.
fellow.
Fuck up.
Like
Nah.
when it turns fall, though, he's gonna be nerfed.
Somebody's been missing Destiny.
He speaks up in front of the council. King Maldrick. I report again. There have been recent dragon attacks in the Misty Forest. Whether or not the council wants to address it, whether or not you all want to believe that it has nothing to do with the cultists, we must turn our attention to the Misty Forest. I grow tired of you speaking of the Misty Forest. I assured you, Dalon, that those dragon attacks have stopped since the elves have increased their patrols and fortified their positions. The
Just for
rumors
those
you
of us-
have
oh,
that
sorry. Continue talking. I'll ask a question later.
that Neravane is in that area. We have no reliable sources
This and
to verify
when
this.
so on a side note, Valen reacted a little bit to that sentence.
I'll say that name sounds
Of what?
very familiar. The name Narrowvein.
Oh, yeah, we've definitely
that's
heard
from
before.
that's from Valen's backstory, I believe.
Oh.
You gave us part of that backstory. That was part that you did tell us about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All
right.
Where is general question? Where is the Misty Forest in relation to us?
East of the Watergate.
Hughes.
Well, I mean, most things are east of Watersgate because
Oh,
Water's deep because of
You guys now on this map?
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Water's deep is here.
It's like southeast, really further south, right? Oh, we were almost there.
So it's in
we flew over
Highmore.
it.
So yeah, we flew over it on the way to the Serpent's Hills.
It is not far.
We might have been there before.
Possibly.
Did we have? When we're coming from Baldur's Gate to Water's Deep, how did we get here?
No, from Baldur's Gate to Water's Deep, you guys teleported.
Teleported around water. We went from here to here. Did we teleport from Baldur's Gate to Water's Deep? Is that right, David? We didn't travel? I guess we didn't
That's
travel.
in a different set of notes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes, because that's when we got mugged and then we teleported
you guys went from Baldur's Gate to
to Woods of Sharp Teeth. We
No,
did
no,
we
no.
did Dragon Maw. We did Dragon's Maw at Baldur's Gate, back to Baldur's Gate to Woods of Sharp Teeth. Teleported from Woods of Sharp Teeth after getting mugged up to Waterdeep, and then we did all the shit in Waterdeep and went up north.
You haven't discovered this area.
Okay, I'm thinking of Woods and Sharp Teeth then because I remember it was just southeast of one of the cities, and I was trying.
And
to
we haven't been in the High Moors. We were in the Evermoors. With
I wasn't thinking of the High Moors. I was thinking specifically we were in one of the locations southeast of one of the cities.
Yeah, you were thinking of the
Woods of Sharp Teeth.
Yeah, that's where we did the vanity stuff, and we went through. There's that like farmhouse and stuff there too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm caught up.
Yep. As the king tries to, I guess, maybe deter that idea, he turns and he looks to one of the guests. You recognize her from the last time you had been there. She had talked to you briefly. Elia.
We go back to the other screen.
Yeah, I'll take you back.
Thank
to
you.
It is.
Oh yeah, the hooded one.
I have brought with you an invitation. They seek counsel. They see the impending doom, and they're willing to step out of the shadow. Meet with you. If you're willing to meet with the metallic dragons, they are willing to meet with you.
Is that to specifically us, or is she talking to the table? It's like to the
To the table. Yeah.
Would I? Is it so? My question is it common knowledge of the difference between metallic and chromatic dragons in the world? If
This
not,
just blew your mind.
so would this have blown mine?
Everybody's mind.
Okay, cool.
You actually, so let me get a perception check from you.
Can anyone do it or him?
I'll do it as well.
No, he's asking the question. So,
Okay.
Val, you notice like the jaw dropping of almost everybody at the table except for King Meldrock, except for Ramilla Raventree. Seems as though, and then Uthar seems to disregard this information as well.
That's cool.
I'm more than willing to parlay you all with an order of dragon that most of you long have forgotten existed. These are desperate times. I'm not sure it's wise for us to. I'm not sure it's wise of us, any of us, to look leads and dismiss them. Metallic dragons, whether you believe it folly or rumor or fairy tale, are willing to meet with you. And in front of you, there is someone who believes that Neuron Vein is in the misty forest. None of these things should be ignored. We are at death's door, as far as I'm concerned. And it is up to you as to what we do next. May we all break bread, drink some wine, and maybe enjoy these last few moments that we have of peace before the despair engulfs us all. She holds her glass up high. To the glory of the Sword Coast, may we keep it free from the terrors that await it. She just starts drinking. Whether or not you guys
I'll
are going to drink with her.
Yeah,
Raise a glass.
same.
I'll
Pretty good at
drink,
taking
But
a cheers.
I'm gonna watch
A
what
cheers
everyone
drop.
else is doing. I'm looking to see if anyone seems less enthusiastic about pursuing a parlay with the Metallic Dragons.
There is no indication about what you're talking about. There's no divider. You were talking about this, and then you're talking about that. This conversation was engulfed by everything. So you could roll a perception if you want. Your perception tells you that while the king dismissed one, it's not a unanimous decision.
Mhm.
Eliot said that each one of these threads needs to be pulled. That at this point in time, all hunches needs to be explored.
Okay, I'll drink. We're seated together, right?
Who?
The group of us.
You and M&A? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll
They're on one side of the table. You're on the other.
I have no one seated to my.
No,
like,
I'm saying I'm sorry. Like the council seated on one side of the
okay,
table,
yeah,
like
so
they're
we're on the
always,
far
like there always are, and then you are on like the open seats.
Okay, so I'll lean into the group, just kind of like gesturing for us to kind of like lean over. I'm not sure where the council falls on this entirely, but I mean, both of these things seem important, even if the dragon sightings in the Misty Mountains aren't cultist related.
Misty Woods.
Misty Woods.
Forests.
I like in the misty place. Is not explicitly cultist related. It's probably not a good idea to just leave it unattended to. At the same time,
Said there were dragon attacks.
right, it was the Misty Forest. I mean, having an ally with any kind of thing that would be against the dragons that we fight would be useful. I haven't seen. I mean, I would assume I would have some like fleeting knowledge of metallic dragons, being over 200 years old, but not like explicit knowledge like my brother would. Just saying, like
He's saying I don't even have knowledge, and I was surprised about it. So I'm assuming we like the knowledge of this realm is if we know about metallic dragons, it is meta knowledge, and our characters do not have any.
but we wouldn't know about like the.
He's shaking his head like that's it. Like metallic
It
dragons
is
are meta.
like the fact that they're stepping out of the shadows for this is mind blowing.
Well, I was thinking you were saying like the fact that they're stepping out of the shadows, not the fact that their metallic dragons are aligned good rather than chromatic.
That they even exist. The shocking part is they exist and they're
Okay. Okay. I'll readjust my answer then. I interpreted it a different way. I mean, finding any dragon that's willing to defect or willing to talk about what's going on might give us a clue into the inside of what's going on and a place to go. So I think both of these are useful. I just don't know which one's more pressing. If it's a dragon that's willing to talk or someone who's willing to talk, like has insider knowledge, I don't know which one's pressing. One might have people on the line. One might not. Might be just time sensitive to be able to speak with somebody. But lives. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I rolled. So to go along with that, and I'll chime in on that. I rolled that history check specifically so that just to know if I felt like I would recall well enough the conversation that Valen gave to us about the name and whether or not that name rung any bells. I feel like with a 16, I would remember that this name rang a bell and felt connected to Valen. And with that, I would say, well, it seems both of these rumors and points of action are very important. And the council may say that our attention might be needed in one over the other. However, if I'm not mistaken, the rumors of this dragon Nerevain, that's the dragon that Valen has been hunting for some time, and I would be remiss if we didn't put some weight behind that. Valen, what do you think on this?
Valen.
I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think about what I should share with the council. I don't
Well,
don't
okay,
want
so
to
share with us.
no,
Before
okay,
we share
so
with the council.
We
just
can have this
just so
discussion after
know,
dinner.
Yeah, because the thing is, I personally know a lot about Nerevain. Then I bet I know more about Nerevain than the council. I
but
know
here's the
what
thing.
he's-
Here's the thing. What Val is saying. Of these two things, this one
Connected?
directly links to you, what do you think we should do about it? Like,
Should we go?
You can put your thumb on the scale. Just say which way you want to go.
yeah, exactly.
I would
'Cause
say
it's the first.
it's worse. It's definitely worse to go after and take a look at what's going on. Because
Worth.
yeah, because
Heard worse.
we're
worse.
I know.
still
I saw your
I
face.
heard worse.
So confused.
I saw your face.
Thank you.
It is
It's-
worth.
It is worth it.
yes, it's worthy of heading there and check it out. And as to
Yeah.
why, I will talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Val is
internally
asking.
later.
Val is asking.
Yeah.
Hey, as
Yeah.
my compadre, we don't want to ignore this relevance to you. Is it worth it? You're looking back at him and saying, "No, it is worth it."
Well, then, if there are coordinated dragon attacks happening, that should signal something to somebody.
As you all discuss, like sitting around this table, full of like all sorts of um
Is sorry,
no, go for it, please.
is Ryan Nightshade there?
She is there.
Interesting.
You want to have a conversation with her?
um. It feels like a really bad idea.
You do just notice her that she's just
Yeah, I
Staring.
just wanted to know if
She's-
she was there.
she's just been staring at you
Oh
for
God.
some of this evening. As some people try to partake, as you see, like Unthar Froome, who you know from your last companion. He's like,
Untar's-
Head of the orderly.
Oh, him. Oh, I was looking for a U. My bad.
people become merry and they're enjoying this like the revelry. There are some that are denying it, that are juxtaposed to it. One of those being Nightshade. She continues to stare at your group.
Unless
Is she drinking anything? Or is she drinking like she's like sipping wine or like drinking water?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I'll give you that garbage perception check for mastering. Oh, yo. It's the
You've
first
noticed
time
that
that's ever worked
she's
out.
only ever drinking out of her own personal stash, of like
Yo.
it's not necessarily a flask, but like a leather.
I appreciate that. Word
Yeah,
up. Okay.
and she's giving you this same look I'm doing for her.
Okay.
As the night continues, some of the council meanders off into their bed, and Ramilla, of course, comes up to you. There is lots of questions in the air. Where you all go next, that's up to you. The Harpers will provide whatever they can in order to aid you on their way. But I think it'll behoove you to decide where you go next tonight. And in the morning, everybody gets on their way.
Are we in trouble?
No, of course not. No, not at all. This may be a brief respite to the chaos of the world. tomorrow brings a new opportunity to combat the dragon cultists. And I'm sure you all need to discuss what you're doing next. We've put a lot of faith in you all. And I'm just saying, for the sake of the Sword Coast, everybody venture out. Prepared to combat what evil comes next.
Before we all leave, and while Ramilla is still here, I'll try to, subtly talk to her and say, I have a favor to ask that would require and be benefited greatly by the information networks of the Harpers. The priority is not terribly high, but it's for a friend of mine.
Continue.
And I'll pull out the medallion that Vantage gave me and say, a friend of mine said that this is an heirloom of theirs, but they do not know of its significance or its origin. Would you be able to look into it?
Oh. I mean, I can tell you right now, this is from the north. This
This is
belongs,
pulls out book.
yeah. Oh shit, this is not the right book. No, this is this is a symbol from the north. It belonged to very few guardians of Phandalin at one point. I apologize, and I normally do much better remembering this, but I believe he was assassinated in Phandalin after he tried to take over as maybe as the captain of the guard during a transition. Your brother may know more about this than even I, as I believe they may have crossed paths early on.
So your friend, am I there?
I don't think I walked away from the table. I was just talking to her while she was talking to our group.
Is she talking about Sildor, or is she talking about
That does
Red?
sound familiar. Sildor. No. Right. He became captain of the guard and then was assassinated. This was their crest.
Orgrim Red.
No, not
No,
Orgrim.
Sildor. He became the captain of the guard, and then he became the town. Whatever. He was always in the town master's house. I don't know what his official title was. Died like
Yeah,
6
not
months
Orgrim.
ago.
No.
Sildor. That was
Right,
Like
yes.
Sildor died 6 months ago.
Yes. This was his family crest.
Sildor was friends with shit, what was his name that we rescued? What was Dragoon's first characters?
Use the rock something, right?
Yeah, we were tasked by them to go find them, and Sildor was the one that we found first. Not that he was part of the brothers; he was just part of the.
Orgrim, Redbane, no.
He's one of the doors that took ownership of the mine, but he was the one who hired us, and subsequently he was friends with Sildor. He's still alive. He's still running Wave Echo. So if we wanted to go look back at Sildor,
Sildar Hallwinter. Sildar Hallwinter.
So if we wanted to go back and find out about Sildar's history, we would need to go back to Phandalin and ask Rock, whatever.
The Rock Seekers.
Rock Seekers, yeah. There's only one left, but we can ask. No, wait, there's two left.
There's two left.
We saved the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can ask the Rock Seekers about the Hall Winters.
No, but the Hallwinters. This is their crest. He's familiar, your brother. Which is, I don't know, not a mystery. You guys came from that area.
Wait,
Is there anything I need to know? Is there a mystery behind this? Is there?
No more than a friend saying that they had this heirloom and they were not sure where it was from.
Right. Well, I'm sure the Hallwinters had been in that area for generations, and I don't think it'd be unusual to find remnants of their existence there. Do you guys know where you're gonna go head out tomorrow?
I believe the consensus is partially for personal reason, partially for the continuation of our investigation into the dragon attacks. We wish to head to the Misty Woods, the Misty Forest.
Definitely not the Misty Mountains.
I will tell you right now, I think it's the wisest decision, as it's the closest.
Yeah,
I do find that
for the other one.
I do find the king a little bit foolish to dismiss something that's so close to Water's Deep. Dismiss a danger that's so close. And I'll certainly be at rest, knowing that you guys take a look at it.
Where was the invitation to meet?
They never said where it was.
Right, I'm asking that now.
Or we weren't told.
Oh. You're wondering where to meet these metallic dragons.
What? Well, I think we're definitely doing the Misty Forest next. But if it's something we can do while afterwards, I mean, it would be nice to know where to go.
I assure you, it's nowhere near here. She mentioned the Nether Mountains, and even I need to look into where those might be.
All right. Well,
one thing at a time. I will do my best to provide you with information as to where to go next. But I think you guys are all on the right path as to addressing the closest danger.
seeing as we haven't heard anything about, I would before we go, I don't want to go to stop by Warwick, but yeah.
Oh no, Warwick he's left the castle. He seems to have found something that's piqued his interest that even for a shutterbug like himself has made him interested in wandering past the city gates.
Is
I'm not
who-
gonna say the king blames you, but it seems as though you've inspired him to do more than what he's been doing lately.
Is there any? Is there anyone doing? Maintaining his role? Anyone watching his study?
Oh, he's sealed him in his own magical ways. I mean, he's highly capable of keeping
Sure,
himself.
but is there a way to get to go check some information in there? If
I doubt
you-
he'll. I doubt. Are you? Do you find yourself a capable wizard?
I was just looking for a book.
I'm not. This is not an insult. I'm asking you. Do you find yourself a capable wizard that would be
I
able
ass-
to maybe surpass the things that a very, very capable wizard would put in place to protect his information, which is probably the most valuable thing to a person like himself.
I understand that, and in my experience, it doesn't take a capable wizard to always get by some of those things.
Then have at it.
I was only looking for a book. That's
I'm
all I was.
just saying I doubt you can get there. But if you find
Is there
yourself
just a
capable,
normal? Do we have a normal library in the castle that I can go peruse?
yeah, sure. There's
Before we-
castles. I mean, and the Brotherhood has lent themselves to our efforts. They have all, like above Alice, believe knowledge is something that should be attained and shared and collected. If you're familiar with them, I'm sure they can help you.
I'm familiar with them. Do they have a local location here? Last time I saw them was in Luskin, so
Right. No, we can get you in contact with somebody that can get you in contact with somebody.
great. When we do that, I'll do that.
Okay. With what can you? I'm sorry. I'm juggling a lot of information. If you could write down exactly what it is that you want me to help you obtain, I can do that for you.
You asking that for you, the DM, or you, the Ramilla we're talking to?
I'm gonna say both.
Okay, so I'm just looking for I'd never heard of metallic dragons. The only ones I know of are red, green, blue, black, a lot of white so far. So I don't know what these other dragons are. I was just trying to make sure before we go into a fight, I know what to prepare for, or a conversation. Some dragons like to talk. So, trying to
Okay.
see if there's any old books on what other kind of dragons there are.
With like the desire to find this information out, it's gonna take some time. I think we're gonna end there tonight. There are threads that need to be pulled. You guys are going to be looking for information, and you guys have an idea of where you're going to go. Not too far from where Water's-Deep is. You guys are going to head out towards the Misty Forest in search
Okay.
of what you've heard is dragon attacks, but has been dismissed as nothing because the Alvin Guards have taken place. And then we'll pick up from there.
Okie dokie.
All right, thanks everybody who was on stream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.